Welcome back to the Genus Brewing channel. Today we are brewing not one but two batches of beer, and we are using the new and improved Robo Brew all-in-one countertop system. Got it? Alright. Whew. Actually, it wasn't that bad. But anyway, really awesome feature with the Robo Brew. Basically, you pull that up. Now I've got my false bottom vessel, and I can sparge out through this to fill our kettle. Now that I'm done sparging, this thing's dripping just a touch, so I'm going to quickly put that down, set it in this bucket. And,
Classy.
So it looks like we're at 197 degrees right now. It's only been like, I think, 5 or 10 minutes at the most since I started, turning it up from 165. So even though this thing only runs on 1500 watts, it heats up remarkably fast, which is very different from what I've heard of the Greenfather always taking so long to heat up. And that's even with sparging with water that was only about 120 degrees. So I think the way they've designed this system, it must hold heat nicely so that it doesn't take nearly as long to come up to temperature. About 6.5 gallons right now, and I'm going to boil down to our 5-gallon mark, do a 2-minute addition, I think, of Sorachi Ace. 3 ounces I'm throwing in there. Boil them just for a couple minutes, get a hair of bitterness, and hopefully a nice little kind of lemony punch with that, but that doesn't overwhelm our nice Maris Otter malts that we're using. And so we'll tune in when we throw those in. Got 3 ounces of Sorachi Ace here. I'm going to add them in. Boom. Probably going to break up a little bit on me now. Yeah, exactly there. I am going to boil these for about 2 minutes is all. That'll give me just a little bit of bittering and a little bit of lemon zest flavor like I mentioned before. And then we're going to chill this beer down and pitch it. And this is basically how both of these batches are working. Trying to keep everything exactly the same as much as I possibly can. One of the really nice things about this stainless chiller that the Robobrew does come with is you can see here the flanges on it hang over the side, so that if you're doing up to even about a 6-gallon batch, they took into consideration that this thing's going to sit towards the very top level of the wort and at the same time not be falling in all the way to the bottom. They don't send you the connections that you really need to hook up their chiller to, for instance, a sink or a hose.
So we had to pull off our silicone tubing and our hose faucet adapter connection thing for the sink, and then just had to get another piece of hose just to have the water go somewhere that wasn't right back into the kettle.
As soon as I cool this down, I'm going to actually do a double pitch of both California Lager and the Chico USO5 yeast strains. The two should give us a nice profile of clean and yet fully attenuated and finished. Once I did get the chiller hooked up, it did work well. Not as well as a traditional copper chiller, and that just is obvious conductivity between the two. I know I'm kind of a fanboy of copper myself.
It's true.
But it was able to cool our wort down for all 3 batches of beer that we've brewed on it now within about 25 minutes, and that was just with occasional stirring. If you do get a pump, obviously that will speed that up. Transfer time.
Scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your overall experience using the Robobrew and I'll go mash and boil? Okay,
right.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 8.5.
Damn, that's exactly what I was thinking. So why would you give it an 8.5?
Okay, so the 1.5 that I'll take off, I would say the speed of getting everything up to a boil. And so even our system, our big system that we have, we can probably get a batch of beer, a 30-gallon batch of beer done faster than I was able to get a mash. So just the
speed of heating, yeah.
Yeah, that's the drawback for me.
For me, it was cleaning on the Robobrew. For some reason, I don't know if it was because I hadn't passivated it like you should be doing with all stainless equipment in this video. But for some reason, cleaning it, all the proteins really wanted to stick to all of the parts, which just meant that instead of only having to take a couple minutes to clean it, I actually probably took 10 minutes to clean out all of the parts in there. And that's the only reason why I would detract that 1.5 score, because otherwise, time-wise, yeah, it might have been a little bit longer, but it didn't bother me at all. Is it worth it?
3, 2, 1. Yes. 100%.
Yeah.
This is just such a clean system, such an easy way to get brewing all grain, and like if I could,
without having to spend $1,000 on a grandfather.
Yeah, exactly, and without having to take a lot of space up in your living quarters, whatever you're doing. I mean, it's just all in all, perfect.
Great system. Yeah. So that pretty much sums up our sort of take on the Robobrew system. Next time we'll be following up with the beers that I showed in this video, which were 2 Maris Otter smashes. And so those beers we will be having on tap, and we'll be actually comparing the regular Maris Otter to Maris Otter 1832, I believe.
It's a new Baird's, their fancy new Maris Otter that's supposedly good.
Yeah. So we'll be letting you know what we think of those two and whether or not they make a difference and whether or not you should go out and buy some.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. Maybe we'll eventually also do a Robobrew that has the pump attached to it. I think that's a thing. Wait. We can't close out yet.
Why not?
We got to tell them to do things. A thumbs upping the video, right? Subscribing, ringing the bell, telling their mom or daughter or friend that you love them. Somebody. Comment on the video. Comment on somebody else's comment on the video. Discuss with people. Send us a high five, a picture of you high-fiving us.
Tell us what the weather is.
Where you are.
What is your next batch of beer?
Do you like the color yellow? We made this conclusion go on too long?
Possibly.
All right. We'll just close it out.
All right. Here at Genus, we are always strong.
I don't know if that's accurate.
Yeah, candid camera. Whatever happened to that? So that sums
side
up.
By side.
Yeah. So I think that.
Side by.
God damn it, Doug, you're evil.
Interrupting cow.
So that.
No.